That's right.
Ah, patience, patience,
Patience.
patience. Bloody patience. My favorite topic. Welcome to the Awakening Table. We are Calliope and Petros, and we created this channel as a means to share our experience of going through the dark night of the soul currently, and doing this through an open, raw discussion in a round table kind of way. We do this knowing others are going through it, and we hope sharing our experiences may help you with your journey.
If you enjoy our videos and content, please show us some love by hitting like and subscribe and the notification bell to be notified when a new video is out. Thank you. Oh, and today we'll be talking about patience.
It's a good thing to let the viewers know what we're talking about.
Oh, yes.
It deserves a video on its own.
Yes.
Because
Patience is a virtue.
Because if there's one thing you need plenty of during a dark night of the soul, it is patience.
Patience.
Other things, but patience is perhaps the underlying thing of them all.
If you got that sort of energy that's like this and go getter type personality,
Yeah,
patience is not on the number one list.
You're gonna struggle if you can't develop patience.
Yes. Yeah,
Probably said it 1,000 times through the videos. Bloody patience.
Bloody patience. Oh my
but
gosh.
The fact of the matter is exactly that. You need it because I think here's what it is, and tell me in a minute what you reckon. We move in spiritual time, in God's time, in the universe's time. Physical time as we know it in the physical world has no place. But we're so conditioned and used to that kind of time that we're like, can this hurry up and happen? Can this be done already? Can this be over? Can we be done before, my favorite TV show starts on Friday night, And it's very hard to break from that because we, to some degree, physical time or time in the physical realm, it's part of our functioning. And if we're meant to break from that or separate from that, it's hard.
It is hard. Yes.
And it's our ego that also says, I want it done now, in my time.
Now. Yes.
And of course, God, the universe, whoever, whatever you choose to follow and believe, looks at us and says, ha, 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 ha. Petty human.
Petty. So hurry up. Do this quickly. You're driving me insane.
Unfortunately, the only thing we can do is
slowing me down.
Well, that's right. How dare you, God?
How dare you?
But at the end of the day, there's work to be done, and it's to be done in a certain time. And unfortunately, that's not our time or our ego's time. We've got to cultivate and learn bloody patience.
Bloody patience. And I'm an Aries, so it's like, if you're an Aries out there, patience is not our key thing. We're always rushing. We want to get things done. We want to do it now. If someone's slowing us down, we're like, hurry up. Yes. So it's a tough one to master.
But let's go a little bit further with it. The other thing I've come to realize is the reason we don't have patience or struggle with patience, and I'm guilty as charged, especially with what I'm about to say, is that we know that to be patient means to sit and experience the very thing we're trying to avoid because it's difficult and uncomfortable. Not realizing that the more we prolong that, the more we prolong getting out of the dark night of the soul. Whenever I've heard someone say that to me, I get really shitty because it's confronting, because I know that to get through this, I have to completely let go and just release myself into the discomfort to get through it.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yes, like it is tough. Like you want to get it over and done with. It's like when you feel like you have got over and done with, it comes back and it's like, Oh, yes, I did it wrong because I didn't utilize my patience.
And
Yeah.
you get caught up on, look at all this life that I'm missing out on. But the question was, were you really living prior to this dark night of the soul? And the only thing stopping you from getting back into life is you doing the work in the right time, as opposed to trying to force things or avoid things. Um, it's harsh.
Yeah,
Let's
especially.
call it for what it is. I mean, you can watch all the Gaia films you want, and they can pretty it up all you like,
Mm,
or all they like. But the truth of the matter is, it's harsh. It's tough. It's hard work.
yeah.
It brings you to the point of, pardon me, it brings you to the point of, and by no means am I advocating suicide. Please understand what I'm saying. Brings you to the point where you think, I want this all to end now. Now,
Mm,
by the way, if you are experiencing suicidal thoughts, please reach out to either a friend, a trusted friend, family, or professional. Okay. It's not the answer, suicide. It's just wanting to end the difficulty. And there are answers out there for you. All
mm,
right. Just trust that and seek them. Seek the support if you need it. Um, but I digress. It brings you to quite a scary edge. And sometimes the answer is go over the edge
mm,
in the sense of, just before I get bombarded with negative messages, go over the edge by means go over, climb down the mountain or climb up the other mountain. Let yourself go and hit the valley because chances are that's where you need to go
yeah.
to make your way back up again.
Mm.
Um,
And take your time with it.
and take your time with it.
Yeah.
Find your path.
Yeah.
I hope that makes sense. And I hope no one read anything bad there and goes and does anything silly.
Mm.
Please reach out if you're struggling. Um,
Yeah. So going back to patience, like just sit with yourself, sit quietly in a meditative state, and or find something that keeps you in a meditative state, like as in like walking or journaling and that kind of thing, and just actually listen to your senses in your body, to yourself, to your heart, and ask what's going on. What do I need to confront? Only you yourself knows what that is, and address it and work through it patiently. Speaking.
I swear I'm going to get merchandise done.
Doesn't like the
It says
word.
bloody patience and walk around with it all. Hat, t-shirt, mug. And let people ask me, what does that mean? And I'll be like, bloody patience. I just can't do it, but I have to.
Yes. And we do have it within us. It just takes time to develop. And it's a matter of just seeing yourself and being quiet and being centered. And then, yeah, the rest will come. There are times where you are impatient.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's because it's not the time, perhaps, and you're not ready, or it's, yeah, just basically not the time for you to.
It's like when you're hungry, you wouldn't pull a roast out too early, would you? And eat undercooked food. It cooks in its own time. Now I'm hungry for roast. But that is a pretty good analogy. Another one that I've heard is you don't rush a seed to become a flower, but there it is in time. It becomes a beautiful flower.
Yeah.
We're part of that same process. We're part of that same resource, that same powers. Whatever you want to call it, universe, God power, whatever. We're all part of that. So remind yourself, you're a beautiful roast cooking. If you come out too quick, you'll be undercooked, and we don't want that.
You want to taste delicious.
This video just took a very, very different turn.
Wrong turn.
Who knows? Maybe people will stick around longer
Yeah,
now.
true.
But you get the point. We're not saying it's easy. trust me, you'll never hear me say it's easy.
Yeah.
It's simple, just not easy.
Yeah.
But it's important to cultivate and work on patience, and not let the voice in your head, that ego, say, come on, the clock is ticking, time is ticking,
Yeah.
you know, whatever,
Mm.
there's a Netflix show in an hour, get it done so we can sit and watch the Netflix show, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just let go of all of that as best as you can.
Yeah.
And just keep reminding yourself that all good things take their own time to come about. So you are a great thing taking its time to come about. You got to give yourself that specific, customized time. Otherwise, you just keep sending yourself back to square one and starting over again,
Yeah.
which is fine. But at some point, you want to get through it too.
Mm.
So be
Mm.
patient, do the work.
And with the patience, it could be like a trigger for yourself. That's why you're avoiding most of the things because you're not allowing yourself just to sit still and be here now moment and analyze and feel and experience and stay in that vibration.
And part of the anxiety is because there's that conflict of you need to be patient, but then you've got that other voice that says, hurry up, time is ticking.
Mm.
Silence the voice, allow the patience as best as you can. And at some point, I imagine at some point, you're going to start feeling in flow as opposed to, going against and resistance and anxiety.
Mm.
I don't know.
And like usually, like I don't know for yourself, like the times when you're not impatient, what usually happens?
When you're not impatient,
Mm.
well, well, for starters, I guess you're a bit more relaxed. You're a bit more in the flow of things. But I guess you don't feel that resistance. You feel like you're moving forward.
Yeah, but also like when you're rushing it and you're not utilizing your patience or being patient or like a lot of things can happen. Like for example, you could be dropping things and getting angry and frustrated and the outcome is not going to be there by pushing it. If that makes sense, if you're resisting it, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct,
and
correct.
like if you're patient, like you'll see a better outcome. You will feel it. You will understand it, and you will go through one obstacle, and then you go to the next one until you fix what's actually what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what you're avoiding, and what you need to be aware of and what you need to understand within yourself
Yeah,
to, to find your peace, to find your Zen moment.
yeah. Patience means doing it right
Mm.
and going all the way with it, no matter how difficult, dark, scary, suffocating, anxiety, as much of it as that is, you're going through it, because you want to get it done right. You don't want to have to keep coming back to this time and time again. So patience is important. I know I give it a lot of flack. Bloody patience. But it's critical. It actually helps. The more you master it,
The better it gets.
the better you start to feel, at least to a degree,
Mm.
because you still got to do the work.
Yeah.
Um,
And the more you avoid it, something very sudden can happen, and then you have no choice but to face it and experience it and go through it.
the more you avoid things, the more you start dreading tomorrow, and the more difficult today becomes.
Mm.
But if you do the work, slowly work things out, build a routine, build things you need to do to get to where you want. The better things will get eventually. For example, I will share with you at this point in time, I'm at a point where I'll have some good runs, longer good runs than I was having. Then I might have some low moments where I fall back a bit. But I know if I keep doing the work, if I keep just taking my deep breaths, talking to friends, even though I'm a mental health professional, I'm not immune from these things. We're all human at the end of the day. We have our challenges and our experiences. But if I chip away, call myself out when I'm avoiding or running away, but in a compassionate way, don't beat yourself up, and pull myself back and again chip away doing the work, it gets that little bit better in time.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
That's the insight I've gained so far on this as far as patience goes.
Yeah. Also, the more you work through yourself with yourself and then go out there and meet people, you'll see something magical will happen with the alignment with the universe, and you meet people that are like-minded, so it helps you grow.
You might even start a YouTube channel
Just how we did it.
with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, true. And that's because we found our tribe.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. So hopefully patience, you can see with a slightly different perspective now. Hopefully this video was helpful.
Yeah.
Was there anything else?
No, I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, again, I hope this video was a bit more enlightening around patience and as it pertains to Dark Night of the Soul or spiritual awakening, however you want to call it. Let us know below. How do you do patience? What do you do to be patient or cultivate patience? And how are you going with it? Let us know. Somebody else watching this might need your idea if they're struggling. Other than that,
thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And don't forget to like and subscribe and send a notification to, or share it to your friends and family, and write a comment down below. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.